So guys, this is my weekly report for March 2nd, and there's not a whole lot to talk about because it's just the weather's been really terrible. We've been having a lot of rain, but really the thing that's the most damaging is it's so cold. This is actually on Wednesday, and we're out on the water right now, and it's cold out here. I mean, it's in the mid 30s. The water temperature last week when I got out here in the morning was like 48, 49, and this morning it was 44. So the water temperature has dropped. I'm up north, and the water got muddy most of the place because the McCollum must have got a lot of water, and there's a lot of mud coming down, and it's really staying in the water right. Last week I could see down about probably a couple foot, and now I got maybe about 10 inches to 12 inches of visibility. But I think the biggest problem is the water is a little bit cold. But let me tell you something about myself anyway. You know, I've been in the industry for over 30 years, and when I do these reports, I get a lot of information from guides and friends, customers, and you know, I'm on the water quite a bit. But lately, I've been home bored to death because of the weather, and I've only been getting out maybe once or twice a week. Last week I had a good week out here bass fishing, but I haven't been out since last Wednesday, and I came back out today, and it's a little bit slow. I've only got one bite so far. But anyway, I've heard that they're still catching crabs, you know, when you could get out there, and the commercial guys seem to be bringing a lot of them to the stores because I see a lot of crab in there, and the price is down. So that tells me that the crabbing out there, you know, when you could get out there, it's probably worth going. But remember, you can't fish for anything, so you're just going out there for the crab. You could go get the sand dabs, you know, and I used to do that quite a bit. And I'd go find sandy areas where I'm crabbing, but I'm fishing in 200 to 300 feet of water. And I use a little sabiki rigs, put a little piece of squid on there, and just drag the sand bottom, and you'll catch a lot of them. And you know, a lot of them are maybe about 6 inches to maybe you get them a little bit bigger in your hand, but they're real tasty. So we're going to come in a little bit, and inside the bay, I've been seeing some reports of guys are catching some halibut. They're starting to show up. This is early. It's probably going to be a really good year this year. The bait receivers won't open for quite a while, probably not maybe till June. So the halibut, you could always use tray bait, and you could throw lures just like you would for stripers. So that's coming up real soon. They're catching a few stripers. If you go in a little bit further, I hear in the Martinez area, the guys that are sturgeon fishing are catching stripers also. So those stripers are kind of hung in between, you know, from the Delta to Carquinez area. They're stuck in there somewhere just waiting. The way this weather is, it's really going to be a late winter this year, so anticipate a good bite because of all the rain we're having, but you just got to have patience and wait. You know, the guys I go fishing with always tell me, hey, you know, look, I'm looking at my calendar, and you know, we were slaughtering them, but you know, fish don't have calendars. They usually go by the days that are lengthening, and also the water temperature, which is very crucial. So they don't know, so they're just waiting. The sturgeon bite's been really good. The Martinez area, Pittsburgh, but they're catching them in the river. You know, we got all this rain and the mud comes down. A lot of those fish move up the river system really fast because they're going to go up there and spawn, especially up by Nice Landing. I hear lots of reports of a lot of oversized fish being caught, but there's a lot of sturgeon in the system right now. So that's probably one of the hottest things to go after right now. And usually if you could find ghost shrimp, eels available now, and you know, if you've got some roe hanging around, roe's always been a good bait too. Then I want to talk a little bit about stripers because I had a customer come in the other day and told me that he's somewhere, you know, he's not going to tell me where, but I figure he's somewhere between West Bank and out there by Suisun. and they've been catching a lot of them trolling. The water last week was in decent shape, and I think this is not going to bother it a whole lot over in that area. So I think, as soon as it warms up a little bit, it'll be time to get out there. And this is a good time, to catch those fish as they're moving into the delta system. So another thing coming up here, the stripers I want to talk about a little bit more, is also like when you're driving down the river and you look at all the pear trees and they start blossoming, then it's usually time. So get in the river. You could go bait fishing. A lot of guys last year were catching them on jerk baits. You could catch them on bait, cut sardines. There's a lot of ways to catch them, and they'll be here real soon. So you just got to have a little patience and wait a little. Other things happening, steelhead's kind of ending. They're still catching them. A lot of fish in the hatchery. There was a lot of fish in that 8 to 12 pound range up there in Nimbus, and they're still catching them in the American River. A lot of smaller fish now, but they're still catching them. And this rain and cool weather is really a good thing for steelhead fishing. So other things going on in the area is always this time of the year is trout. The Mother Lode Lakes, Comanche, Amador, Pardee. Pardee did a plant. They opened up, a couple weeks ago. Denise was up there. They caught limits off the bank, and they were using little swim baits, like 2 inches, on a bobber and throwing them out and then bring them in. But they were catching them. They're catching lightning trout because they planted those in the system too. But I think the lake that's been probably producing the biggest trout is Amador. A lot of big fish have been coming out of Amador. Guys on the bank are getting them, guys trolling are getting them, but they're catching a lot of nice trout. I heard Collins is good. So all the lakes that they're stocking, you could go to Fish and Game's website and they tell you which ones are being stocked, or you could actually call the lakes and ask them when they're stocking and they'll tell you. Bowler's Bar, if you guys want to catch kokanee, which is a little bit early, it's been producing a lot of fish. It got a little muddy about a month ago and it kind of slowed down, but I heard it cleared up, the water's full, and I heard they're catching them again. And there, you're looking at 8 to 10, 11-inch fish. The customer came in the other day, told me he caught a 13-inch, which is kind of rare. But they got to start growing in there. There's so many in there, they got to start growing. Other things happening, crappie fishing up at Clear Lake has been really good. A lot of reports of fish being in that 2 to 3 pound range. I'm going to get up there pretty quick here pretty soon and put my live to work, because I want to do a video on the live target and show you how easy it is to follow those suspended fish around, because there is some things about the live target as far as when a fish lays on the bottom, you can't see them. So I throw a lure out there or reel it on the bottom. You could look at my A-rig one that I did on stripers. I could see the A-rig coming in, but when it hit the bottom I didn't see it. It went away. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm learning about the live, but it has really helped me get on the fish a lot better, because I could see them, I could see everything. I follow the suspended fish like crappie and bluegill. I'll follow them around and just wherever they go, I just follow them. It's really easy, but it's a new technology in electronics, and it's really paying off really good for me. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. I haven't done my videos in like I normally do, where every Monday I do a teaching video, and Thursdays I'm doing the reports now. We haven't got to that yet because fishing's been so off and on right now, but as soon as it gets back on track, I'll be up every Monday to do the teaching one, and then Thursdays for the report. Also, I'm doing a lot of shorts now. So I've been getting a lot of comments that, guys are saying, hey, those shorts are really nice, because the shorts are less than a minute and they usually get right to the point. So instead of doing a 10-minute video on something, I just get to the point. So like the people I had a lot of comment went on is the swivel, where I tell you, and then when I do my seminars in fishing for big fish, like those big stripers that I'll be going after real quick. I don't use snaps because, you know, when you hook the biggest fish of your life, it's probably going to open up, or you're going to have something, give some reason to have, you know, something happen where you lose your fish. So on these shorts, I'll continue doing the shorts because a lot of times when I can't go out and actually do a good video, I'll do the shorts and teach you guys a lot of little tricks. So if you like my videos, please hit the like and please subscribe. And look on the bottom, there's a little button down there. You can click it and you can leave me a comment, and I'll usually get back to you within 2 or 3 days. You know, I got 100 videos out there, and if you got any questions about any of the videos that I've done in the past, just leave a comment for me and I'll get back with you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.